So, thank you very much for joining us. Jorge is from the Mexican Association of Tokenization and Blockchain. We had some excellent talks this morning. We heard from speakers from around the globe on there is certainly huge momentum, and we've been hosting the summits for the past 5 years. We had challenges, we had uncertainties in this space, but they are quickly we are addressing them, and I think we have made a tremendous progress. And even countries that are very skeptical of this technology and the tokenization, they are now taking serious interest in it, making policies to benefit from these technologies, because I think everybody has realized that we can no longer ignore blockchain and digital assets. They are already here, and they are helping people's lives. And I think they are making our lives better, making our transactions faster, cheaper, and overall building better economies. So, with that, we will ask Jorge to share with us what's happening in Mexico, and also what is their association doing, and also kind of an overview of Mexico's blockchain and digital assets ecosystem, and what people can learn from Mexico. Thank you.
Well, thank you for British Blockchain Association and Blockchain Associations Forum for bringing us together. I think this is very important, and we can see that more organizations in each country are being developed. So it's an honor to share a brief view from what's happening in Mexico. My goal is simple, is just to explain where we are as a country, where we are as private companies, and Mexico, it's North America gateway. We are the bridge between Latin America and North America, but we're also part with North America. So we have a lot of cultural ties with Spain also. So we have an important position in all the world to being able to attend, right? So for the market side, Mexico peso peso is the most liquid currency in the emerging markets. So in that side, we also have a very important part. On the side of the association, we're trying to build a playbook for all of the companies that are trying to understand how those blockchain work. Some of them need education, so we're trying to provide it. We're trying to provide some suppliers from US, from Canada, from Europe, for Mexicans to understand with whom they can start working in. So our main goal is just to give a path for private companies that are trying to build stuff that maybe in our country with our government, they are not still uh, planned right now, but we are trying to copy how other countries that are more developing in these type of areas are doing it. So I think that's our main goal, to have the edge and start presenting in summits like this and start attending to important events. Last week we were in North America Blockchain Association. I mean, in North America Blockchain Summit in Dallas, Texas. So we have a lot of information from US, also from Canada. So they are inviting us to join also to those summits to understand what's going on in Mexico. Our organization is super recent, so we are just growing our board members to understand the needs and everyone's profile to complement us together. We have one of our recent board members. He write some document with Bank of England. So we have from finance to lawyers to people on compliance to people on the Web3 space. So to eventually cover all the aspects that we want to do, and of course, with all the hosts of these meetings, the British Blockchain Association and all the other countries, we want to open Mexico for you guys to understand if you need something to learn about our country and to see if we can share some content to understand how we eventually we're gonna standardize all the industry to be able to interoperate between countries, right? At the end, blockchain is that to have transparency and being able to do things faster. And with AI just growing each day, maybe we won't be eventually communicating between each other. So we need to leave all the frameworks in right place. And I think from Mexico perspective, this is what we can say. Policy policy in US and Canada is moving super fast. They since Genius Act, all the boom here in America and all the world. In Mexico, we're trying to replicate. It's not that easy to make lobby with the actual government, but we're making our best. Uh, my personal bet is to start doing structures hybrid with other countries that have more clear frameworks. But at the end of the day, Mexico is gonna have it. So we just need to tell the government how to tax, and they're gonna be into that. So it was a pleasure to be to be invited. If we can like have more collaboration between countries or more spaces to keep the conversation, we would love to be part of that and to keep doing stuff like this in a regular basis or one-on-one, depending on the countries and how do they connect. I think this is very important, and we'd love to know more about British Blockchain Association news.
Thank you very much, Jorge. I think that was excellent talk. We hosted an academic conference last year called CIBIS, Scholars in Blockchain International Symposium. And we had a speaker from Mexico, from UNAM, Rocio Perez, I think her name was. Yeah. And she was this, you have this, what do you call that? University of National Autonoma de Mexico. Um, there's a lot of academic research definitely going on, and I was quite pleased to hear that from her about the various academic research and projects that Mexico is doing. Really, really exciting. In terms of businesses, to actually start a digital asset business or register the business or set up the business, is it easy? Is it difficult in terms of getting all the permissions and all the paperworks and things in Mexico? Is it easy? Is it difficult? What is the situation at the moment for token businesses?
Well, in the tokenization area, we don't have a playbook actually to just put some tokens on the market and being regulated. Some guys are doing it hybrid with the US, other ones with Salvador. But at the end of the day, I think authority right now doesn't understand what's going on. So we need to help them in the private sector to start like just putting all the information and the data of how other countries are doing it for them to understand what path to take. But of course, there's a lot of startups, but it's, I mean, it's to be worried about that some people are trying to launch a startup and doesn't even have formation or education on blockchain. Not There's not a lot of offer in the education side. So that's something we also need to do because it's not about tokenizing whatever you want, right?
Mm.
It's to make sense. And why are you tokenizing? If it gives you a differentiator or it increases liquidity or it increases your market that it's able to buy your token. So those kind of questions, some people have taken projects from 0 to 100 and cannot reply to them. So tokenizing everything, it sounds great, but we need to understand what we are trying to tokenize and how we are gonna do it. The
Yeah,
ownership, it's one of the main reasons. For example, on real estate tokenization, we just had some issues with some banks in US, so that slows down the pace. So we're trying to being able to make it more friendly with US. At the end of the day, we have a border with the biggest capital markets in North America and maybe in all the world. So we need to build trust, context, and build a playbook for Mexican companies to understand, or foreigners that are trying to do projects in Mexico to be super friendly and more easier than in their countries to bring more invest to Mexico.
yeah, indeed. No, thank you very much, Jorge, for joining us from Mexico. That was an excellent talk.